Hello everybody. On Sunday, we said goodbye to another week with another brilliant Heartland episode. The episode was filled with adventure, character development, and milestones for the Flemings as they move on with their lives. The stagnant daily practices of the family gradually become more and more exciting. The negative atmosphere left by Ty's death started to be removed and replaced by happier memories. In the first 4 episodes of Season 15, we mostly watched the family's interaction with the Hudson residents, struggling to find a place for themselves between the outsiders of the town and the local snubs. They also had trouble in providing their security, which triggered so many emotions in the family members, especially Jack had trouble in facing his childhood and problematic relationship with his father. Even though all these episodes were meaningful in one way or another, none of them combined all the unique elements of Heartland that bring adventure, character development, amazing landscapes, and intra-family dynamics together. Thankfully, Episode 5, titled Blood and Water, made us all happy. The episode revolved around a cattle drive. Since the men who Jack hired for the job bailed off, the family had to lead the cattle drive altogether, except for Lisa, who stayed at home with the kids. The idea of managing a cattle drive together was very attractive for the family at first, until Jessica intervened and suggested that Fred should join them too, and she can take photos of the family all together during the journey. In Jessica's mind, this was a great opportunity for her, since she was hired by Fred to take the photos of the Heartland beef advert campaign. Jack didn't like the idea, as he doesn't like non-traditional ways of handling a cattle drive, and would like to have an old-fashioned style of handling things. Lou was also not happy with the news, as she resents Jessica for stealing her spotlight every single time with her innovative ideas. Nevertheless, the journey started smoothly. Jessica took photos of the family and the cattle non-stop, while Jack and Lou rolled their eyes constantly. At one point, Jack expressed his discomfort to Tim, saying that Fred shouldn't have joined them, as well as Jessica. Lou is also confronted with Jessica, telling her that her constant presence within their lives is too much and she struggles to accept this new way of things. When Jack sees that Jessica prepared a fancy dinner in the middle of the fields, he gets particularly angry as it is highly unnatural to have such a meal during the cattle drive. Still, Jessica insisted as she wanted to take the fancy photos of the family. During the dinner, the talk on who will succeed Jack in managing the Heartland ranch came to the table. Jack pointed at Tim at first, but Tim wasn't so willing to take such a responsibility. He said that he already has a training school and just got married, so he wants to pay attention to Jessica. Then, Jack turned his face to Amy, saying that she would be the next perfect candidate. Amy said that she thought about it and would be interested in the idea in the future. Lou was shocked and disappointed as no one considered her even as an alternative option. She couldn't hide her feelings any longer and confronted Jack on the issue. Jack told her that she has no valuable experience in this business and she isn't a rancher. In response, Lou reminded him that she was raised on the ranch and has multiple experiences in managing multiple businesses, including being a mayor of a town. It was clear that Lou was having a bad day. However, things got even worse when Fred said that he bought himself a fancy tie for Lou and Mitch's wedding. Lou was visibly uncomfortable with Fred's inappropriate remarks. She left the family for a second and took an impulsive decision under the influence of too much wine. She texted Peter, telling him that the reason why she broke things off with Mitch was his words. The next day, when she realized she texted Peter, she had a pointless attempt of having damage control, but her efforts were in vain. Then the family continued on the road. At one point, they had to be separated as Amy's horse shadow was leaning in a different direction. Amy, Tim, and Jack left Lou, Jessica, and Fred together with the cattle. They soon realized that there was a bear in the woods, intimidating the horse. They managed to scare the bear off, but the horse was already injured. When it took a long time for them to return, Lou had to come up with a quick decision to move the cattle from across the river, as the cows were getting unrest. She was successful in her mission, except for Fred, who fell into the river. Amy, Tim, and Jack managed to bring Shadow back to the ranch successfully. Then they went back to find Lou and the others. When they saw Lou bringing the cattle together with her, and realized that she managed to continue the cattle drive all by herself, the two men were surprised. Jack apologized to Lou for underestimating her talents as a rancher. By the time Lou was about to heave a sigh of relief, Peter showed up. Lou was surprised. Peter was enthusiastic. The two went for a walk and talked about their relationship. In the end, they decided they belonged together and ended the episode with a passionate and lovely kiss. What do you think of Heartland Season 15, Episode 5? Do you think Lou and Peter belong together? Who do you think should be the successor of Jack? Do you think Jessica is being a little bit too much at times? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.